Welcome to another episode of Speak On It with Who You With Kurt Dog. I'm him, Who You With Kurt Dog. Man, did y'all see that concert, Patti and Gladys? Ooh, man, that's history right there. And then when they brought out Dionne Warwick, I was like, man, that's some history we probably would never see again. They was on fire, and the songs they chose to sing was just wonderful. Let me know how y'all feel about it. What do y'all think about the concert? You can chat live with us in the chat room. We did get the chat fixed the other night. Should be working fine. Um, I'm not going to be on here too long tonight. Want to talk about the concert. What's going on, Adolphus Bell? Welcome to the show. Thank you for tuning in. Man, did you see that concert, Patti and Gladys? That was a powerful concert that they just put on, going down memory lane. What's going on, Miss Tamarin Hunt Rasdale? I see you finally caught it. Thank you for tuning in. Did you watch that concert with Patti and Gladys tonight? Let me know what you think about it. And you can chat with us in the chat room. Uh, Regardless of which platform you're on, except Twitter. Twitter, you cannot chat with us, but everywhere else you can. And I will read your message on the show. Um, Besides the concert, um, I think I woke up yesterday morning to a message about Clayton County Sheriff with a video, and very disturbing. If you haven't seen the video, um, it was crazy. Apparently, the police actually pulled over a vehicle, and when they pulled it over, they asked the passenger for ID. Well, he wasn't driving, but they wanted to see his ID anyway. And it's his right not to show it. He haven't done anything wrong. He wasn't the driver. They stopped him for a tail light being out. And the video started. Welcome to the show, LaMonica Garner. Um, the video started with the two officers on top of this unarmed black man, choking him, hitting him, and the young one person that was feminine the incident was saying, "Hey, he's saying he cannot breathe. Let him up. He cannot breathe." Face was bloody. Then another officer showed up. They got him in handcuffs, and it looked like he was completely passed out. So, welcome to the show, Ricky, Jacoby Trimble. Welcome to the show, Charlie Oliver. Say, welcome to the show. Thank y'all for tuning in. You can chat live with us while we're on the show. So, while this guy was passed out, they got him in handcuffs, and one of the officers said that he bit him. Well, first of all, he was a passenger in the car. I believe they just dropped off a rental car, and they got pulled over for a tail light being out. Now they up here hitting this guy in the head and knocked him out and everything. Good thing Clayton County Sheriff, he actually called the Internal Affairs in to all of them and to investigate this abuse. And that officer actually was terminated because of it. We need to keep a close eye on it, but we also need to put pressure on Clayton County to make sure it goes on his record and he can never be a policeman again. because cops like that, we don't need on the street. It's real sickening to be a black man and have to see stories like this time and time again. And I've had several conversations with different people, and people are fed up. We're tired of seeing this. They ask me, what can we do? How can we um, make the laws change? And my answer, we got to get out and vote. We got to get our local leaders out of office, as well as Trump. He got to go too. We have to get out and vote. That's the start of it. And support the candidate that have the same mindset that you have, that is going to be for the people, that is not going to go and choose just certain people they're going to go after. They're only going to support their their followers, kind of like what Greg Abbott is trying to do with the Back the Blue pledge, where he want to just have people go to a website, sign the pledge. But I'm like this: why don't you put it on the ballot? Let the people decide if we want to defund the police department. If it can be done like that legally, let us decide. Instead of you putting a form on the website, telling people to sign it, put it out. No, let the people decide it. Because there's too many cases coming up like this almost on a daily basis, where it's an unarmed person getting shot, getting beat. Enough is enough. We're tired. I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired of seeing these type of stories. I've said on past shows, when you see a policeman pulling someone over, at a safe distance, record him. Record him. But the biggest thing, we need to hold them accountable. We need to hold them accountable. Now, I'm not saying all policemen are bad, because I know some great policemen. I'm talking about these scary cops. Just because they see a black man, they automatically assume we're guilty. And that need to stop. It need to stop, because we're tired of it. We need to make sure we go to city council meeting, complain to the city councilman, the mayor, make sure our police chief know us, and let them know we're not going to stand for it in our city. We have to take a stand and make sure they understand, if you don't do what's right for the people, you got to go. You have to go. We're not going to continue to pay you all this type of money, causing our taxes to go up, because when these lawsuits happen, guess who's paying for that? We're paying for it. So at some point, we have to say enough is enough. Either that, or you won't be around. You either change it, or we're going to end up getting you out of office. So let me know how y'all feel about it, because this is my opinion. I know I have some law enforcement listening. Let me know. Let me know how you feel about it. If I know it's only so much you probably can say because of your position, and I understand that. But what can we do as people to try to prevent these things from happening? Because, to be honest with you, I don't think there's anything we can do. Because a lot of these cops, as soon as they pull us over or approach us, they automatically think we done something wrong. Kind of like the fool in Arizona last week. or a couple of weeks ago that knew he was looking for one white armed suspect, but still he pulled stop held two black guys at gunpoint. He need to be fired too. He need to be out of there. So these are all my opinion. I want to know, how do y'all feel? Welcome to the show, Walter Wayne Hunter. Thank you for tuning in. Um, I only put two subjects up tonight, but if it's something else you want to talk about, we could talk about it. Just put it in the chat, and we could definitely talk about it. I'm hoping the chat is working tonight on all the platforms, because Thursday night they wasn't. Okay, I just put a text up just to make sure I can see them all. But definitely let me know how you feel about it. The NFL today, I'm not getting bothered with them because I feel like, yeah, I don't understand. Some of these players, they don't understand. You want the paycheck, but that's all you're looking at. But as soon as it hit close to home, where your friend, your family member get attacked by a police officer or something like that, then you want to go ahead and protest and all of this. I understand y'all put the names on the helmets, but then you have some that decide not to even come out the dressing room while the Black Anthem was playing. Yeah. But then when the national anthem come out, you come out for that. Houston decided they didn't want to stand for one and kneel for the other one. To be honest with you, I seen a post where someone asked the question, why is the national anthem in the NFL in the first place? And that's what they asked, because normally it's like for the military or funeral or something like that. But hey, I don't know. If it's a problem, cut them out. I appreciate Alicia Keys with the redemption she did of it, of Lift Every Voice. But I really feel like Kirk would have done a great version of it. I love the version that they did for Juneteenth. But that's my opinion. Let me know how you feel. So it's too much going on where people are not understanding the reason why we protest. This been going on long enough. Been 6 months since Breonna Taylor was killed. And is it? And still, that officer is free. And that's nobody act like it's not important. But at the same time, they try to make a plea deal with the ex-boyfriend to get him to lie and say she was part of it. But once again, they're not talking about that. They're not talking about, hey, why are y'all trying to get this man to lie, make a plea deal about this? I feel like all of them need to be in jail for trying to do that. So it's I'm sorry, somebody sent me a message. Like I said, it's live. Sometimes we may have to pull up stuff because people would send us stuff in the middle of the show that we may need to talk about right then and there. So or we have to check something. But either way, it should be, the guy should have been charged a long time ago. 6 months. That's way too long. Way too long. He lied to get the warrant. The video came out last month. 5 of those officers did the same thing to another black family. And it's a lawsuit on that one. But they feel like everything the prosecutor is doing in Louisville is doing everything good. Ricky Terrell said something need to be done to show white people we human too. What's your suggestion, Ricky? Because some people had told me they suggested, and I'm on the fence with it. I'm leaning toward it, but let me know what you suggest. Because I've heard people say, "Hey, we might need to do like Malcolm." I'm just saying, because it's only so many times we could turn our cheeks and look like we try to protest peacefully. That's a problem. We kneel peacefully. That's a problem. No matter what we do, it's a problem. I feel you on that, Ricky, by any means necessary. And that's where it's coming to. Then we turn around. When they tried to stand together on Thursday night, Houston and Kansas, before they could lock arms, it was over. But even before then, you heard some people cheering. Then you heard a lot of people booing because they didn't feel like it was right for them to lock arms, because they were showing unity about what's going on in America. And that's a problem. No matter what we try to do peacefully, it's a problem. So at some point, something need to be done. I know I say all the time about getting out and vote. That's the first part of it. That would be the first part of it. But also, we need to take a stand. We need to hold these cops accountable for it, because it's really jacked up that a lot of these cops, they do things. Most of them don't get charged. And then if they do get charged, they get a slap on the wrist. Like Amber Geiger, who get 10 years for murder. 10 years? That's it? And she's up for parole, I believe it's September of 2024. And her lawyer trying to get a retrial. Bad enough she got 10 years for murder. But now he's trying to get her out, get a retrial to a lesser charge. She walked in this man's house and shot this man because she probably was, they say she was worked so many hours, but hell, she probably was drunk or something. Probably stopped at a bar. I don't know. I think in one of the text messages they read, she talked about she smelled weed all the time, and talked about, I believe it said something about, I'm hoping, wish I could have some or something. But either way, she was so distracted by texting that married man trying to get a hookup. Okay, allegedly a hookup, but you texting him and not paying attention to what you're doing. Well, you say you didn't pay attention, but at the same time, you didn't pay attention to your surrounding. That's one of the first things they tell you as an officer. Always pay attention to your surrounding, especially when you had that uniform on. So she didn't pay attention to none of that. But now she's trying to get on a lesser charge, and she got 10 years. Leave her in there. Bitch Judy probably keeping her warm as we speak. So definitely keep her in there. I've heard different comments about the two sheriff officers in LA that was shot. And I don't know what caused the person to do it. But if you look at the media, they saying it was ambush. It was they talk about how bad it was. It's wrong for them to do it. It was wrong. I don't know what the reason why they did it. They may be fed up like everybody else, fed up dealing with police officers doing stuff. I don't know. I would never tell someone to do violence to anyone, but at some point, things need to change. We need to change the laws. We need to hold the officers accountable for doing it, because in the last 2 weeks, LA has some problems where either someone was killed or they was injured by the police department. So people are fed up. They tired. They tired of marching. They tired of going back and forth, asking people to give us respect. Now people, they like, hey, we're taking our respect. So we have to, at some point, our leaders need to say, hey, we need to do something different. Because if you don't do something different, it's going to get worse. It would definitely get worse. The choice is yours. Let's change the laws and make sure we hold the cops accountable for it. And not only that, I feel like some of these police unions, I understand they dare to support the officers, but at the same time, when you know these officers are wrong for what they done, no, let them accept the penalty that come along with it, because these officers been trained. I feel like they do need to defund the police. Take that money elsewhere. Put it where it could be used. Pay the teachers more money. Because there's a lot of teachers that don't get paid much. Then they have to buy their own supplies. So give them some of that money. Get some community police review boards to keep them honest. Have outside people investigating the police department to make sure they doing everything right and hold them accountable. Instead of letting them get all this overtime, we need to come up with a plan to hold these officers accountable, because I'm tired of keep hearing about the cops doing this, doing that. See, This is I just got it. What's going on, Ilya Hunt? Thank you for tuning in. I actually just got what you sent me, and I'm gonna have to look at it after I get off the air. Um, but it's interesting. Just the title alone is interesting, and if you could put it on my page, for people can see it if you can, because that's the type of mess we're talking about. Um, that at some point we have to say, "Hey, yeah, yeah, I got it." Um, I'm unable to listen to it now because I like to listen to things before I just put it out there. Um, but yeah, it's very disturbing of what you just sent me. And hold on, matter of fact, at this point, I don't even care because it's one of those situations where this how they think about us. This how they feel about us. Um, three cops were caught on camera fantasizing about killing black people. Mm, yeah. So um, I'm a I'm a definitely listen to it as soon as I get off the air. I just want to just want to check it out myself first. But then what I would do is on tomorrow's show we'll break it down, and we've been in contact at police department to make sure the cops don't have a job and won't have a job because they don't need to be on the force. They don't even need to be a crossing guard. Um, Matter of fact, I wouldn't even allow them to walk my dog if I had one. Um, so this is a live news report that you sent me. Um, Hold on. I'm gonna just go ahead and play it live, and we finna find out exactly what's going on this video. Hold on. By the Wilmington Police Department reveals hate-filled conversations with three veteran officers. Officer Kevin Piner is heard telling Corporal Jesse Moore that the protest would soon lead to a civil war and that he is ready. He goes on to tell Moore that he was going to buy a new assault rifle, and soon we are just going to go out and start slaughtering them expletive N-words. Piner says a civil war is needed to wipe them off the expletive map. That'll put them back about 4 or 5 generations. Later, during a phone call with Piner, Moore refers to a woman he arrested as the N-word and says she needed a bullet in her head right then. Donnie Williams is the department's new police chief. He fired the officers on his first day.
When you talk about killing people in generations of people, that is disturbing.
According to investigators, the officers blame their comments on the stress of today's climate in law enforcement.
North Carolina cops were caught on a police audio recording saying a new civil war was necessary to wipe black people off the map, longing to, quote, start slaughtering them and using the N-word repeatedly. Quote, I can't wait. God, I can't wait. More from a local news report.
Wow. I'm going to just tell everybody, look, if you don't have your CHL license, get them. Get prepared. Because at this point, we have to protect ourselves. Because apparently the police not going to do it. So we need to strap up, be ready. That's the way I see it. Because it's heading that way. When we have a dumbass leader like Trump in office, yeah, we need to strap up and be ready. And thank you for that information, Ilya. Yeah, it is sad. So So come November the 3rd, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. If you don't have your CHL license, definitely go ahead and get them. If you're in the DFW and you need information where you could take the class and get training for your weapon, go ahead and send me a message. I have connection that can provide training and also get you licensed to carry your weapon the legal way. So that's the type of people we have to deal with. That's the reason why we see all these cops attacking unarmed people, because they have that type of mindset. Not only should they have been fired like they were, but they need to make damn sure they don't go to another force. But then again, you'll go somewhere, they will go somewhere to a police department that think just like them, and they'll be back on the force. So that's really jacked up to have that type of mindset. You fantasizing about killing black people. See, racism is taught. And if it was up to me, I'd go flap his mom and his daddy, because they could have stopped that. That's the reason why the real history of America need to be taught in schools. Not this this watered down version that you're doing. The real history of America need to be taught. Just like Greg Abbott last month got upset because a teacher gave homework assignment comparing slavery to the police today. To be honest with you, it's no different. For the simple fact, the only difference, they have a police uniform on. They have a police uniform on. They took the sheets off. And see, that's why it's important that we get out and vote, because a lot of these judges, politicians, if you don't vote, that's what we're going to have to face. You end up going to court for something, they don't give a damn about you. That's like, I seen this video earlier about a prosecutor. I don't know what state it was in, but a defense attorney. She went to court, and the judge ordered her to take off her small pen that said Black Lives Matter. And he argued and said that's a political statement. No, it's not. No, it's not. And she said, look, it's not political. If a marshal come in here with a black strap, a tape around his badge because of fallen officer, you don't force them to take it off. It's not political. But see, we have the white judges in courts, judges and police officers, just because we say Black Lives Matter, they get offended. And at some point, enough is enough. But then you hear these folks on the audio talking about fantasizing about killing black folks. We need to take a stand. Get your CHL. Like I said, if you're in the DFW area, if you don't have them, send me a message. I will team you up with somebody who can train you and also give you the class for you can be able to carry legally. I appreciate that information, Ilya. Um, yeah, it's pure hate. It's definitely pure hate. It's a sad world that we living in, especially when we had that clown up in the White House that feel like people that say white power are great people, so he want to retweet them, or he feel like it's good people on both sides, like in Charlottesville. Then you take this virus as a joke. You didn't take it serious enough. You telling the people one thing, but then you going to do 18 other interviews with a reporter and saying something completely different. Now, the problem is with that, he lied about a damn pandemic. Bill lied about getting his rocks off. And they impeached him for that. So you telling me because Bill Clinton lied by relieving stress compared to him lying where I don't know what the numbers, but last time I checked, it was close to 200,000 Americans have died from this pandemic, and he didn't take it serious. Where over 1 million Americans have gotten it, but he didn't take it serious. He lied to us, but telling somebody else the truth, saying he knew it was terrible. That's why his ass need to go in November. Matter of fact, they need to take him out of office now because you lying to us, but you're sharing correct information with somebody else. And then you finally admitted, oh, I didn't take it serious. Really? So my whole thing is, what's the difference? What Bill did didn't kill nobody. Well, technically, it didn't kill nobody, but what this clown is doing, it have killed a lot of people. Instead, a lot of this could have been avoided if he came out from the beginning and said, hey, this virus is very dangerous. If he came out and said, look, we need to protect ourselves. We need to follow what the doctors are telling us to do. We probably would be over it by now. If he didn't fire the team that was in place, we probably never would have had to deal with it. Like I said, these are my opinion. You could chat live with us in the chat room. But if you are in the DFW area, and if you're looking at getting your CATL, or your LTC, LTC, your license to carry, if you need a place to go to, hit me in the chat, DM me, and I can hook you up with someone that can get you licensed and can also get you trained the right way. So, yeah, this is crazy. This is really crazy, but that's what they think about us. Then when these two officers beat this brother Friday night, And the brother is in jail. And talking about resisting. How the hell can he resist if he knocked out? Why? How is he resisting? Why are you even asking him for ID? And he was the passenger. He wasn't even driving the car. But because he knew his rights and said, no, I'm not driving. You don't need my ID. That's why it's important to know your rights. You're not doing anything wrong. You riding in the car. And I would have them check to see if the brake light is out. Because they could have made that up too. But hey, it's time. Like the audio we just heard, the cops saying it's gonna cause a race war. Yeah, that's what they want. That's what they want. They want it to be another Black Wall Street where they come through the neighborhood and burn it down, kill black people. It's a new time. It's a new time, a new day. So, like I said, I'm not going to be on here long tonight. Just came on a little bit later because had wanted to see Gladys and Patti LaBelle. And well, when Patty said she been having a flip phone for 12 years, I was like, boy, that I was like, all right. And that flip phone is still working. Unlike these new phones. Gotta buy a new phone every couple of years. Cause if not, it stop updating on you. So Patty's saving all her coins. She says I'm not finna give up my flip phone. It worked just fine. Welcome to the show, Payne. Thank you for watching. We've been talking about the Patti and Gladys concert. Let us know how you feel about it. We also talked about the beating that 2 sheriff officers did in Clayton County, Georgia. That beat an unarmed black man Friday night. That was a passenger in a vehicle that supposedly had a brake light out, and he wasn't driving. But they asked him for ID, and when he said, "I don't have to give you my ID because I'm not driving," they decided to pull him out the car and knock him out. Then someone in the show sent me an audio where some North Carolina police officer fantasized about killing black people and hoping to start a race war. So that's what we've been talking about tonight. Let me know your opinion of it, how you feel about it. Like I said, we're not going to be on here long tonight. Like I said, Ben came on late tonight due to the Patti and Gladys concert. And they both were good. They both can still hit the high notes. But man, yeah, that was a great concert. They did a wonderful job. I never seen neither one of them live in concert. But tonight it was wonderful. And when they brought Dion out, I was like, all right. And she getting in on it too. She said she need to go put her jeans back on. But she said she about to turn 80, and I think she said in December. look good for 80. So, and all three of their voices still very strong. So, shout out to them for a great job tonight. Um, I believe it's Timberland them that is putting that on Versa. Shout out to them too for continue to bring great shows like that. Which we would have had those shows going on a long time ago because that was a great show tonight. But hey, um, as you can see up in the corner up above my shoulder, still have a couple of shirts still available. Um, you can order them $25 each. If you want them, you can send me an email at who you with Kurt Dog at mail.com, who you with Kurt Dog at mail.com, and let me know that you need them, what size, and then I will tell you, get all your information for payment and everything. So, other than that, I really appreciate everyone for coming on tonight. Like I said, was only going to be on here a short period, but I appreciate y'all for coming in. Ilya, thank you for sending me that information, and I'm gonna be reaching out to you soon. So, other than that, I will see y'all tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central Time. Until then, be safe. And like I said, if you are in the DFW area and if you need to get your LTC license, send me a message. I will hook you up with people that are licensed to teach you and train you. Send me a message and we'll go from there. Other than that, I love each and every one of y'all. Shout out to my great nephew, turned 2 today. So, shout out to him. So, until then, I will see y'all tomorrow, 8 p.m. Central Time. Love each and every one of you. Peace.